If you're just joining us, this is 700 Club Nigeria. Before the break, we started a conversation about the future of work, considering the major changes that COVID-19 has brought to the workplace. And we've been talking with an HR and customer relations expert, Mrs. Folake Agumbiade. Thank you for joining us today, Folake.
Thank you once again.
You've made so many great points, and we've established that for some people, work right now may be downhill, and for other people, it's a learning and a new experience. It'll be, eureka for them.
Sure.
Before we went on the break, you were saying that there's so many channels that people can explore. There are resources that have been put out there. I've seen some free resources, so how would you encourage people to explore these resources and, delve in to enrich themselves?
A quick part to start is to realize that there is hope. Yes, people are making money right now, and people will keep making money. I'm making money. So a huge part of it is to realize that you need to examine what skills you should be acquiring now. How it is important to solving problems, because what gives you hope is, like I'll use the scripture, if you're willing and obedient, you will eat the good of the land. So even in COVID-19, there is a good to be eaten. But you need to be willing, first of all, to realize that you must do the work. So you identify those skills that are strategic to solving problems. Not casual skills, but problem-solving skills. There are online resources you can use, Coursera, so many other, I don't want to mention names. Just go online. Google is there. Just Google is your friend. Google it, and you find the resources you need to be putting your mind into. Then for organizations, I feel a huge part of it is putting systems, and I've been saying systems and structures. For SMEs, for instance, they don't have KPIs. I'm a human resource manager, and I discovered that a lot of times you just pay people, and we don't have measurable milestones that we want to check out to see that they're really doing their jobs. So what you see that SMEs are frustrated when they keep paying bills at the end of the day and they're not getting productivity. So you need to sit down and look at the key deliverables your staff needs to be churning out now. And you, as an employer, you need to know what value you are bringing to the table, because that's what will keep employers employing you. If you're an entrepreneur, you need to know what value you're giving to your customers.
Thank you for mentioning the word entrepreneur, because a lot of people might feel, okay, I'm out of job now, so the next thing is I'll go start a business. I'll go and start selling food stuff or things like that. Not everyone is cut out for that journey,
True.
Right or wrong.
Not everyone can be an entrepreneur. Like I say, the hardest job to do on this side of the divide is be an entrepreneur. That means you don't know where your next pay is until you work for it. You really have to work for it. So if you are thinking of going into entrepreneurship at this point, you need to first of all realize that people won't be buying luxury items. People would want to invest their money, spend their money on essentials. So if you're an entrepreneur and currently what you sell is a lifestyle brand, maybe you sell clothes, really look at it. If we don't know how long we're going to be at home, who would be buying clothes? So you need to reinvent. Sometimes you need to break the entire system down and start from scratch. Create products for customers, not looking for customers for products. You must be thinking strategically, very importantly, as an entrepreneur.
That's very important, especially now that, with the ban, on restriction on movements. Whenever there's a lift on the restrictions, there's an announcement that, okay, for people to shop for essentials. So we might want to mention what these essentials are. Let's not assume that everyone knows what's great for them or what they could focus on getting into business with.
Okay, great. For essentials, for products, for instance, they should be fast-moving consumer goods, FMCGs, as they're known. Food, toiletries, drugs. Everybody would need paracetamol, Panadol. So if you're in the pharmaceutical industry, you probably would thrive. If you're in food, if you are in stuff for children, because we're having to homeschool children now, you probably will thrive. Then in services, every service will sell. Like I always say, in the future of work, things, the economic power will move from products to services. Because for you to offer a service, what you're offering is intellectual property. So if peradventure you were doing makeup, you might want to have a YouTube page and start teaching makeup online, having classes. Someone did a Canva training, which is a design training online. So services will definitely thrive. Look at your system, tweak it to give value, and you'll probably do well. You'll most likely do well.
Is this the right time for partnerships? Because
Definitely.
I mean, no man is an island, right? Some of this information might be overwhelming to some people. I'm like, okay, where do I begin? How can you encourage people to work together? Do we look for like-minded people, or do we look for opposites in this season?
It's a very opportune time to stop wanting to be Folake and Sons International, like I always say. There are opportunities around you everywhere. And guess what? That CEO, that entrepreneur, that marketplace professional that you've always been trying to reach, if you send them a DM on any of the social networks now, they'll pick it up. They're bored. So this could be a good time for you to be reaching out and building your networks. Offer them value. Don't bump into them asking for stuff. Offer them value. I'd like to share this with you. Give them value and create a network of support for yourself and your brand, because it's out there. People are even willing, because we're all going through a crisis together. The whole world is at your fingertips. You just have to look for them on social media, reach out to them, and create the right networks. Very important.
Create the right networks.
Collaborations are essential.
Do you think that there's still a lot of money to be made? Because it's like, I'm not prophesying, but because work has been skewed, there isn't so much money in circulation. Is that the general belief, or you think otherwise?
Well, let's be honest. Liquidity is going to be affected. The economy has been at a standstill. The dollar was going through the roof. Market prices are, people are inflating prices in the market. Oil prices are dropping. So, yes, liquidity might be a bit dicey. But in terms of money exchanging hands, there is still money to be made, a lot of money. If you're in the right location, you are thinking strategically, you are getting the necessary help, and most of all, you are developing and evolving. Like I said earlier to someone today, we're one of the most resilient countries in the world. We have instances of disasters that have met us in the past, and we're so quick to bounce back. Nigerians make fun of everything. So you need to start thinking of your place in the big picture and what you want to do to get there.
All you have said, Folake, someone might be out there thinking, where is my faith in this? My God shall supply all my needs according to his riches in glory. So what do you want to say to that faith in Christian that believes, these too shall pass, and I'll go back to my secretary job, typing letters and getting paid at the end of 30 days?
Well, I celebrate you. I'll start from there. God is a good God. Nothing happens without God not knowing about it.
Right.
That's why he says, if you are willing and obedient, you will eat the good of the land. The good of the land is not for everybody. It's for the willing and the obedient. So, we're in the new normal. I hate to bust your bubble, but there is no going back to being regular. You need to be abnormal. Everything you need is in God, but he will pass it out by intellectual wisdom. You must be wise. You need to get wisdom. God is going to take care of your bills, make sure you're fine, but you must be given the right opportunities around you. You must be exploring the right opportunities and adding value and letting God's wisdom show through you. So you need to be wise. Do your research. It's out there.
Seriously now, people are dealing with stuff. It's leading to depression. Some people have had suicidal thoughts, especially being locked down, not being able to interact with people as normal. What do you want to say to someone out there who's struggling with work tasks, who's struggling with unemployment, who's struggling with uncertainty about where the next meal is going to come from or where the next income is going to come from? What do you want to say to them?
I would say you're special. God will never bring you to a point where he will watch you drown. And you need to realize that. He loves you so much. the hairs on your head, they are numbered. So it's important to him that you succeed. So you just need to start by just breathing. Take a breath. Like I always tell people, a breath always makes things better. Just take a break, take a breath, and let life not move you, but take control of your life. It takes a lot. We're all going through we're all trying to adjust. We're all trying to find our balance, find our new selves out of this process. Even with family life, people are stuck in the same house for hours now, and you have to find the balance. So stay afloat, don't sink. God has got your back.
Stay afloat, don't sink. God has got your back. Thank you for great words, Folake. Thank you for spending time with us today. And thank you for such deep insights to make us realize that the future of work has changed and the future is here. It's not coming after COVID-19.
It's not.
It's over. It's here already. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much, Susan.
It has been a most enlightening time with Folake Agumbiade, a management consultant and HR expert who has shared with us about the future of work. It's no longer coming after COVID-19 is over and the lockdown has been lifted. It is now.